Well, hello, hello. It is time for what I wish I would have known Wednesday. All right, I'm coming a little later than noon today. Sometimes days just that happens. So anyway, I have so many things that I would love to share. And today I think the biggest thing is really it comes from what your mind thinks and conceives and believes you can achieve. Mary Kay always said that. And if I didn't know, like before I came into Mary Kay, I read books, but I read Danielle Steele books and romance novels, and there's nothing wrong with those, absolutely. But what I found is that the personal growth, when I put myself in a position for that, has been tremendous. So if you've had some great personal growth because of your Mary Kay journey, would you put it in the comments? Because it's fun to applaud that, to appreciate that, to share with each other. But I know that that's one of the biggest gifts that I did not know was going to be my journey in Mary Kay. And there's another saying that leaders are readers. And, you may not be a reader, like sit down and read a book, but now, of course, you can do Audible. There's all kinds of ways that you can learn and be in that mindset of personal growth. John Maxwell talks about having a growth plan for your life. In fact, that's what changed his life. At the age of 18, I think it was, somebody sat him down and said, John, what is your next 5-year growth goal plan for yourself? And he was like, I don't have one, right? And what I do realize is that when we personally grow, we professionally grow. So what are you doing today to grow yourself? Because when you grow yourself, then it really trickle effects into all the other areas. And I'm going to share 2 of my many favorite books, because you guys know that I love books. If you're looking for something, or if it might be a place where you want to personally grow, and this is not just for personally growing so that you can grow your Mary Kay business, but so that you grow as a person, right? Like, I just feel like we're always evolving. We're always getting better. We're always trying to challenge ourselves and grow in different ways. And that's really, what God prepared us to do. We'll never be done growing, right? We'll never be done using our mind. But what the mind can believe, you can achieve. And so there's also that story of, not story, but the scripture that talks about okay, you guys are gonna have to help me here, but life and death of the tongue. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's in the top of my head. So remind me, right? Like, but it's what we speak makes a huge difference. I have a friend that says, speak what you seek until you see what you speak. In other words, walk in faith. All right, so 2 books, and these 2 books really have changed things for my personal life, but also I know some of my friends who changed their health habits from it, combined her and her husband from reading this one book, lost 150 pounds. Because it's not just about learning, right? It's about applied learning. So whenever you can learn something and then you apply it, that makes a huge difference. So what I wish I would have known, or not really, but what I've learned is that when we put ourselves in an opportunity to be stretched, challenged, and grow, which sometimes we have to do that ourselves, then we grow not only personally, but we grow in our Mary Kay business. So 2 books that I'm going to recommend tonight that you might take out. And here's a little tip that I do. I have a Kindle on my phone, but I don't pay for books on a Kindle because I do like to have them like on hand. But this is how I determine if I'm going to read a book. Just a little tip is I will download, like I'll go and look at the book through my Kindle app on my phone, and I will download a sample. And I'll read the sample. And if the sample grabs me, then I'll purchase the book. Either if you're doing it on Audible or Kindle or whatever, or I'll order the book on Amazon or go get it somewhere. And so I can have it and write in it and take notes and all that good stuff. So the 2 that I would recommend, that really any place that you are looking for growth or a transition or transformation in your life, I would highly recommend one or both of these books, okay? They're very easy to read. They have stories. They're not really like a textbook. And one is James Clear, The Atomic Habits. You guys have heard me reference this. You've heard me talk about habit stacking, all that kind of stuff. And another way that I've done this too, you guys, is that I've gone to YouTube and I'll just Google James Clear Atomic Habits, and I'll watch different interviews that maybe he has done. And this book is not new; it's been out, oh my gosh, for a while. And I'll watch a lot of the interviews, and a lot of times they talk a lot about in the book. And if it really grabs me, then I know that's another way to get the book. So Atomic Habits by James Clear, highly recommend. And then The Breakthrough Code by, you can tell how much, like I've read this book, I think 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times I've read this. This one is a story. It's totally told in a story form. It's entertaining. It grabs your attention. It's kind of like watching a movie, but you're reading it. So The Breakthrough Code. And these are all the places that I have marked because that's how amazing this story is. Again, you could go to YouTube. You could Google The Breakthrough Code, Tom McCarthy. He's done a lot of interviews and he talks about the gist of it. And if either of those would bless you, those are some things that I wish I would have known earlier about those books, but I'm sharing them with you. So happy Wednesday. I hope that this blesses you. And please comment below if there's a book or a podcast or something that has really transformed your life that you could share that I would love to know about, and also, share with our sister team members here too as well. So have a great Wednesday. What I wish I would have known. See you next week.